Hello and welcome to Flaskpost. My name is Veronica and this is Greenland. If you saw my first video about Greenland and you're also here to see the second one, I will thank you so much, and I must thank everyone that watched it, and thank you so much for all the positive comments and everything. It's very, very nice, so thank you so much. Welcome back in that case, or otherwise welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica and I moved all alone to Greenland. In this episode I will go from Kangerlussuaq and to Ilulissat. And if you saw my previous video, I went up a mountain when I said in that video that I should maybe not starve and go eat something. Well, I walked up that mountain and I starved instead. So the first thing I did in the morning was to go to airport, because as I said I was going to Ilulissat. Oh my god, my camera! It's windy today, it's very cold. Anyway, so the first thing I was going to do was to go to the airport so I could catch my flight. And I was in luck because there were actually buses in Kangerlussuaq. And I didn't really plan it, but I went outside and was like, yeah, there should be a bus. And there was, so I didn't have to walk all that way, so that was really nice. Then I arrived at the airport, and apparently there's like a hotel at the airport, and good for me, they serve breakfast, so I was like, I don't care, I need to eat something. So I was eating and it was so good, such a good meal. So after I ate for like I hadn't really eaten for like 2 days, so yeah, you can imagine how hungry I was. Anyway, after that I flew to Ilulissat, as I said. I took a shuttle bus to my hotel. And let me tell you, the first one in Kangerlussuaq, it was a hostel, and then I had an hotel in Ilulissat, and it was so luxurious. Like, it was really nice. Life is incredible. By the way, I moved here so I could work, and it's for a very big company, and when you come here and you have to land, like sleep over in different cities to get to where you're going, they actually pay for the room. So I didn't choose that myself. It would not have been as luxurious for sure, so I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. So after I arrived, since in my previous video I was talking about going on like a tour, and I didn't get to do that in Kangerlussuaq, so when I went to Ilulissat I wanted to do like a tour thing. Ooh, sorry, it's so windy. Anyway, so I wanted to do a tour thing, and I saw that you could actually have an air safari. And if you are one of my followers from like a long time ago, you may know that I actually took flying lessons in like an airplane. And so I saw this flying safari thing and I was like, I want to do that, I want to fly over Ilulissat, how cool would that be? So I did, and I went over this glacier, and they have a really big glacier in Ilulissat, it's kind of famous. It was so amazing, you guys, so amazing. So yeah, I actually called them and I booked that, and it was fine, and I was only sleeping over for one night, so I only had that one day, so I was like, can you please book me? And they did, so it was, yeah. But in the meantime then, because I had to wait a couple of hours before I could fly, I was just going around in Ilulissat and looking at, yeah, you know, like sightseeing. So I went to a store and actually bought this and because I wanted something more like Greenlandic. It was very expensive. I think it was 299 Danish. That's so much. So I will wear this beanie for the rest of the time here, I can tell you that. So I left the hostel that I was living at this morning, and I was prepared to walk to the airport, but somehow I just went to the bus station and there was a bus, so I took it. It was 12 Danish crowns, so that was good. And then I took the plane and now I'm here, as I said, in Ilulissat. There's so many icebergs here. It's so beautiful. I will show you. I really don't know how I managed to get from one place to another because, well, I knew like the places I were going to, but I haven't really planned anything. I saw a note that said like, oh, if you're going to this hotel, there's a shuttle bus for you. I was like, oh, that's good. I had no clue, and it was my hotel, so yes. And now I'm just waiting for my room. In the meantime, I'm thinking of exploring Ilulissat. I was looking for a tourist flight thing because I would like to fly over like these beautiful icebergs. It's quite expensive, but well, I'm here to work, so it might be worth it. I just called the booking thing for the plane, and right now they don't have any available planes, but he will call me back to see if they could figure something out. So cool. And then I went to like yeah, so if you saw my last video, I actually crashed my drone into the sea, so it's bye-bye now. And I was thinking like, I wonder if there's like some kind of electrical store here or something, and then I stumbled upon Elgiganten. Like, what? I had no clue they were here. That was so funny because I was thinking that, oh, it's not like they have Elgiganten here, but they actually do. I will go and see what the drone costs. I bought mine in Spain, so it wasn't expensive, but we'll see. So I actually went to this like, it was a part supermarket, part Elgiganten, part something else. So I went to the store and just looked at stuff like to see what they had. But Ilulissat seems to be like a pretty big place for tourists, because there were a lot of things that I seen in Sweden, and I did not think they had those here, but actually they do in Ilulissat, at least. Did I mention that my luggage weighs 22 kilos and this one like 7? Anyway, so I got my room now. I wasn't kidding when I said like, this is fancy. Look at this! Everything is golden! Ooh, I love gold. Nice, very nice. And this is the rest of the room. Oh, icebergs! This is perfect. What? I can even go outside. That's crazy. Alright, so fancy. I mentioned I'm going here to work, so I did not pay for this myself, which is very lucky for me. I've just been wandering around town, as you saw. Oh my god. Oh, such sore muscles since yesterday, and oh, dragging along all my things. I mentioned earlier that I was in contact with someone to book a flight, like a small flight, just going over the glaciers and stuff here. So they called back and I'm going on a tour. It's so expensive. I hope it's worth it. So I will just unpack a little bit, eat something and charge my phone, I think, and then we will go fly. Also, I was inside the Elgiganten here, but they don't have any drones. But still, it was fun that they even had like a Elgiganten. Like what? Anyway, so yeah, I just went around and looked at that, but then I got to fly, and so I went back to the airport to meet the pilot, who was a woman, by the way. Very cool, very cool. So we were 5 people, so it was me and 2 pairs. So actually I got to sit in front, like like in the front with her, so I saw everything. As I mentioned, I have been taking flying lessons, but not in a big plane like this. Like the ones I've been flying are only like 2 passengers, like the pilot and a passenger. Here we were 5, 6 with the pilot. So it was so cool, and like she went over the glacier on both sides, and everyone has their own windows, so you could really see everything. And I filmed so much. It was amazing. I really recommend you doing that if you can and if you want to. However, flying is a very expensive hobby, and I pretty much put down all the money I had left for this month doing that, which is not good, but also I feel like maybe I won't have time when I go back to Ilulissat after these 3 months, so I wanted to take the time to actually do that. But maybe you should be more careful and use your brain. Anywho, it was so amazing. Cutest pair. I was going on this flight tour thing, and they were also going, so we started talking and we just had a normal conversation and everything. And then after the flight we all had to I'm walking uphill. We all had to get back to like the town, so we got in a taxi together and they paid for me. And like I have cash and I have things so I could send money, but they didn't want me to. They were so cute. They were from Luxembourg. I've been there and it's so nice, and the people are so nice. I also had the best coffee there, like ever. So cute. So this experience is something I will never forget. I think it was amazing. It was so wonderful, and I'm so happy to be here. Like I'm enjoying everything. Like even if it's cold and it's very hard work, you will hear more about my working in the next episode. It's so nice. I mean, just to look at this. I'm here. Like what? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to, you could subscribe to join me on my adventure here. I will continue to post 1 time a week, and if you wonder anything, it's just to comment down below and I will try to answer everything as good as I know. If you want to see more of me, not from only YouTube, I also have Instagram and I'm called Melverissa, so you can give me a follow if you want to. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. That means thank you in Greenlandic. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.